Blackstone Audio presents The Return by Joseph Helmreich. This book is read by Paul Michael Garcia. For Alan Helmreich, a wonderful brother and a brilliant dreamer, your memory continues to inspire. Chapter 1. If the conspiracy theorists are right, and it never happened, then the day it didn't happen began innocently enough. The night before had yielded little morning news, and, in fact, it had been a slow news week in general. A conservative mayor somewhere in Indiana had accidentally outed himself through a risque text message sent to the wrong aide. Several dozen people had been buried in an earthquake in La Viña, Chile, a city few people in the United States could name, let alone empathize with. An up-and-coming pitcher for the Dodgers had been caught cheating on his wife, whom he turned out to be estranged from anyway. In short, water coolers across the country were, if anything, quieter than usual that afternoon. The calm before the storm. Still, almost any story would have been preferable to the one Bill Allenby found himself saddled with that Tuesday, a lunar eclipse that would be taking place from around 8:35 to 9:35 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Roy Hansen, his ineffectual producer, had explained that it had been several hundred years since an eclipse had occurred on the occasion of a winter solstice, making this what experts like to term a rare celestial event. To Allenby's mind, that hardly made it worth dragging a whole crew up to Berensconi Hills, which was expected to offer the best views of the sky in the Southern California area. And what exactly was he supposed to talk to Andrew Leland about, and where the hell was Leland anyway? Celestial events were not what Allenby had gotten into journalism for, and Hansen knew that. But several months earlier, a segment in which he had badly mispronounced the name of German philosopher Immanuel Kant had gone viral, and he was still paying the price. Though no one ever said so explicitly, until that embarrassing flub was fully lived down, high-profile trips to dangerous war zones and coveted interviews with world leaders would have to wait. For now, someone like Dr. Andrew Leland was probably a good catch. And not even the Leland of the late 90s either, who'd been hailed as the heir apparent to
Sample complete. Ready to continue?